every Friday they jump upon the other bunnies of Fragrant Vale and try to eat them. Haha, what fun! I have no idea why my lecturer gives us such random pieces to mark. Anyway. So I just marked this proofreading exercise, and we get given like a children's one, and this one was like totally fine to start with, and then suddenly halfway through it turned into cannibal bunnies eating like their friends and neighbours, and I just realised that my lecturer put warning, if you are easily upset you may want to avoid this particular exercise. Like, why would you put it on there? I don't understand. Anyway, that's been an eventful morning. Let's go on to the next exercise because, you know, no more cannibal bunnies, no more nifty fluffy dumps, a lovely day. So I thought I would just show you, so I just marked that cannibal bunny thing I did, and I got 33 out of 44. I don't know if it's going to focus on that. Yeah. So I missed 11 things, but half of them I'm not, well, not half of them, but a few of them I'm not counting because we didn't get told what hyphens we used, whether or not it was English or American, British English or American English, etc, etc. So some of them I'm actually just a bit like whatever. But if I just take a page for example, so for example this page, I'll show you what proofreading marks look like. Can you see this? Maybe not. Maybe I'll put it down here. Okay, so basically when you're proofreading, so when you go into an editorial job or anything like that, you have to follow a set guide of proofreading marks, and it depends on where you work and what country you're in, but you all follow kind of like a different set guide, and this is the British Standard Guide. So as you can see, you put a mark in the text. So this mark is for inserting something, so if it's missing a letter or a punctuation, you'll put that mark. And then in the margin, you'll put the mark as well, or whatever mark it is. So for example here, this word needs to be closed up, so you use that mark and then you put it in the margin. And for example, I missed this here, so this comma you don't need, so then you delete it with a delete mark, which looks like this. This is just a slash, and then you put the delete symbol in the margin, but I didn't do it, so I go through and I basically highlight in green all the things I've missed, and that's when I know I've missed marks. So I have a test tomorrow on this, so I'm actually not too fussed about missing marks because in all honesty our lecturer is a bit confused about what's going on, so yeah, so that's called a cold read, a blind read. So you have a cold copy, you have nothing to copy against. And then another one that we have to do is called a proof copy read. I actually can't remember, but anyway, you get given the copy. So this is what a copywriter will write out, and then you mark it against the proof, the printed version. So you double check that they've copied everything exactly from this copy into the actual proof example. I'm really bad at explaining it. And then we also get, there's 3 in total that we get given tomorrow, and then you also get given an advanced information sheet, which is normally like a blurb or some sort of email thing, information that's coming out about a book, and they're normally quite funny, and I actually find these ones the hardest because you don't know what's intentional and what isn't. So yeah, so I'm just going to spend the next kind of like 40 minutes going through the next 2. Hopefully they'll be a bit nicer than cannibal bunnies. I'm also listening to this, what's called Rainy Day Coffee Shop Ambience, which if you don't study to ambience music, you need to start because it will change your life, trust me. So yeah. proofreading task first, and then I'm probably going to read for maybe half an hour, get about 20 pages more done because I have about 90 pages left of that. And then I'm going to read, that's my huge TBR pile, The Boy Between, which is a non-fiction text, I believe. I got sent this by Amazon Publishing. I'm really excited to read this actually. That's the reason I signed up for it, because it's essentially about, it's between a mother and a son, and it's about him at university who develops depression, and it's kind of their different conflicting views on the situation, and I personally, you know, it hits close to home, so I'm excited to read it. Also, apologies for my fringe today, it's not going well. Lockdown is about to begin and I need to get my roots done, and I'm just, you know, I'm living in this, the grub life, the whatever life, so yeah, we're just going to accept the fate I have decided upon for myself, and I'm going to drink this tea in my post-Halloween cup and put on some cafe rain music and get going with my life, because once I've done this I need to basically do work the rest of the day, so work from home. I'm currently doing some marketing for a business, so I need to get on with that because I'm supposed to be doing 6 hours today, and so we shall do that after. And then later on I'll practice my Mandarin, and I also want to start learning Korean. And yesterday, I know you probably don't really care, but I started watching this Korean drama called Startup on Netflix, and every episode's like an hour and a half, and I watched the first episode and literally bawled my eyes out every 10 minutes. I don't know what happened. So now, after all that rain, the sun has arisen. Oh, you can see my fingerprints. How lovely. Yeah. See, I'm smart enough to know it's not my game to play. I just finished marking my last one. This one I got 27 out of 39 in total. I found it a lot trickier, clearly. The green highlights are where I've missed them. But I actually think, compared to when I started, I'm doing pretty well, because I would have got like 10 out of 39 when I started. And I keep saying to myself, tomorrow when I do my actual tests, because we print them off and do it at home and then whiz them into uni quickly during a certain time slot, when I do it tomorrow I will go over them. You know, she said around an hour and a half, and for example I in total have probably spent maybe 40 minutes on them, and I haven't been over them twice, which is obviously recommended. But I just want to kind of do them, see the marks, see where I've gone wrong, so that I can create a list, because it's an open book assessment, so you're allowed like all your notes, like the markings like here and stuff. So I'm making a list just on this piece of paper of things to remember. So for example, I need to add to it, one of the things I missed was this page number is wrong, it should be 17, not 19. So it's small things like that I need to put onto this list, so I remember to check everything tomorrow. So yeah, you know, please don't worry ridiculous amounts if you're doing a test or you're doing a practice test and you don't get an incredible score that you want, because I'm somebody who will then cry about it and think about it for ages from then on, but you know, that's really not the case.
Being away from people is one of the most marvelous fulfillments a man like me can have. Just the absence of humanity is a fulfillment so graceful that even God would understand if he invented them.
Let's suppose that you were able every night to dream any dream you wanted to dream. But now let's have a surprise. Let's have a dream which isn't under control.
Child milk. Can you see this? It's made me translate child milk. Okay, thank you for that, Duolingo. Really appreciate your child milk. This, ignore the radio, my mum put me stuck on. Destroying everything. This one over here is crying. And this one is just having a good sleep. So I'm currently surrounded by a whole multitude of emotions, and they all